We've had some truly tragic news recently related to the weather, whether it's in Maui or now in California, in Canada, where I'm from, and also in Europe. Wildfires, hurricanes, things seem to be going completely haywire. And there's been such a tragic loss of life and destruction, property, beautiful areas of the globe decimated, and it's really horrific to see the news and what's coming out. Another effect of all the climate change has been climate anxiety. A lot of people are really anxious. If this is what's happening now, what's going to be next summer? What's going to be next year or the year after that? And that anxiety seems to be founded. There's a lot of change happening in the world. It seems that climate is much more volatile, much more dangerous this year than it was last year than the year before. And it makes sense that people are apprehensive about the future and what it might hold. So it's no surprise that this week a question came in about climate anxiety. Specifically, how can I handle feeling anxious about the environment? Briefly, all anxiety relates to an intolerance of uncertainty and an intolerance of lacking control. If we can't stand not knowing what's going to happen next and not being in control of a circumstance, that's going to make us anxious. This is why people get afraid when they're flying in a plane. They don't know where exactly the plane is going to go. They might have a general idea, and they certainly don't have control over the plane because they're not in the cockpit. When it comes to climate and environmental anxiety, the sad truth is that individuals don't have a lot of control, and we certainly don't know what's going to happen next. As a whole, our society certainly can do something. And individuals can vote politically, we can lobby, we can offset our carbon footprint, but these are small acts that really have to happen in aggregate. At the core of climate anxiety, therefore, is really the real perception that we don't know what's going to happen next and we aren't in control. What I would advise is learning to be more tolerant of the fact that life is uncertain and life is out of control. Human beings can only do so much in this world. We only have this much capacity, whatever it is, to be able to affect change. And yes, that's hard, but it's also humbling. And in that latter regard, it can also be an uplifting message, as opposed to something that takes us down into the abyss of anxiety. It can be something that lifts us up and something that we can celebrate. The humble fact that we're limited, and that's okay.